Bless this light.
Bless us in our tears and in our laughter. Bless us in our hope and in our remembering.
Bless this light.
Bless us with wisdom and comfort. Bless us with kindness and friendship.
Bless this light.
Bless us with joy and with healing. Bless us with peace and with love.
Winter is a time for stories. We gather together on the dark nights in the comfort of warmth and light, sharing the stories that draw us closer to one another. Winter is a time for remembering. We gather together in the cold days with the pain of loss and longing, sharing the memories that keep us close to our loved ones. But this winter is different. This winter we cannot gather together, and the separation from one another reminds us of the separation from those we have loved and lost. The dark seems a little darker. The cold seems a little colder. The loss seems deeper and lonelier because we cannot share the stories and the memories with others who would understand. And yet, always, in the darkest of nights, there is the light of love that never goes out. Always, in the chilliest of days, there is the warmth of memories that will never grow cold. Always, in the loneliest of times, there are others who share in our loss, our grief, our remembering. And always there are those we have loved, no longer physically with us, yet part of our stories, our memories, and our lives. Love never dies, and we are never alone. This year has been hard for all of us, and loss and grief have been more difficult to bear than ever before. Now we are moving towards a Christmas that will not be like the ones we've known in years gone by. And for whatever reason, the Christmas season seems to make our sadness, our worries, our difficulties even more acute. Maybe there will be someone absent from your Christmas this year, someone far away, someone who is ill, someone who has died, someone with whom you have lost touch. Or perhaps in all the stress and strain and busyness, you long to be alone, to find time and space to reflect, recall, regroup. Whatever the reason and whatever the need, you are welcome here, where we gather together in a different way this year. We hope that you will find the peace and hope which the Christmas story offers will send light into the darkness this winter.
Somewhere across the winter world tonight, you will be hearing chimes that fill the air. Christmas extends its all-enfolding light across the distance, something we can share. You will be singing, just the same as I, those familiar songs we know so well. And you will see these same stars in your sky and wish upon the brightest one that fell. I shall remember you and trim my tree, one shining star upon the topmost bough. I will hang wreaths of faith that all may see. Tonight I glimpse beyond the here and now. And all the time that we must be apart, I keep a candle burning in my heart.
Winter teaches us patience. Walk carefully on icy paths. Drive slowly through snarled up traffic. Take more time to put on layers of clothes. Wait for streets to be cleared of snow. Winter strengthens our courage. Go out into the freezing air. Risk travelling on snowy roads. Dress warmly and go out walking. Be at peace in long days of darkness. Winter brings us beauty. Look up at the star-filled sky. Pause to breathe the crisp air. Keep vigil with the steel blue sunsets. Marvel at the frost etchings on windows. Sink boots into deep crystal powder. Winter gives us silent hope. Touch the buds on branches. Clear the snow and find green shoots beneath. Watch the sunlight fade, then linger longer. Stand with the strength of evergreen trees. Listen to the birds clustered at the feeder. Winter shares its teachings, and we have much to learn.
In the rising of the sun and in its going down, in silver moonlight and beneath the stars,
we will remember.
In the chill of winter and in the warmth of summertime, in the opening of buds and the falling of leaves,
we will remember.
At the beginning of the year and when it ends, in celebration and in quiet,
we will remember.
When we are tired and in need of strength, when we have joys we long to share,
we will remember.
Among the crowds and in solitude, when we are at home and when we are far away,
we will remember.
As long as we live, they too will live, for they are part of us.
And we will remember.
We remember in silence. God, we are never alone. We are always surrounded by a great company of those whose life and truth have touched our lives. Make us aware today that they are with us and we are with them. We thank you for those who were shining lights in a dark world and still are. Those who in family or in community gave us the values or the faith we still live by. We thank you for the lights that shone in just the corners of our world, for mothers and grandmothers, fathers and grandfathers, children, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, neighbours, friends and colleagues, who gave us something never to be forgotten and shared a love never to be lost. God, you see face to face those who we remember here. Tell them that we love them, that we miss them, and that they are not forgotten. And cheer us with the prospect of a day when there will be no more death or parting, and all shall be well, and all shall be one. May those who shone in our lives shine bright to guide us home. May those we remember be the first to welcome us to heaven, where we will be together as one everlasting family. And until that day, keep us in faith, fill us with hope, and deepen us in love.
Blessing for the longest night. All throughout these months, as the shadows have lengthened, this blessing has been gathering itself, making ready, preparing for this night. It has practiced walking in the dark, travelling with its eyes closed, feeling its way by memory, by touch, by the pull of the moon even as it wanes. So believe me when I tell you, this blessing will reach you. Even if you have not light enough to read it, it will find you, even though you cannot see it coming. You will know the moment of its arriving by your release of the breath you have held so long, a loosening of the clenching in your hands, of the clutch around your heart, a thinning of the darkness that has drawn itself around you. This blessing does not mean to take the night away, but it knows its hidden roads, knows the resting spots along the path, knows what it means to travel in the company of a friend. So when this blessing comes, take its hand, get up, set out on the road you cannot see. This is the night when you can trust that any direction you go, you will be walking towards the dawn.
Shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground. The angel of the Lord came down, and glory shone around. Fear not, they said, for mighty dread hath seized their troubled mind. Glad tidings of great joy
reading from the Gospel of Luke. In those days, a decree went out from Emperor Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration and was taken while Quirinius was governor of Syria. All went to their own towns to be registered. Joseph also went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was descended from the house and family of David. He went to be registered with Mary, to whom he was engaged and who was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in bands of cloth, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn.
Once in royal David's city stood a lowly cattle shed, where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that mother mild, Jesus Christ, thy little child. He came down to earth from heaven, who is God and Lord of all, and his shelter was a stable, and his cradle was a stone. With a poor and weak and lowly, there on earth a Saviour and our eyes have watched shall see through his own redeeming love. For thy child so dear and gentle is our Lord in heaven above, and he leads his children on to the place where he is gone. Not in that lowly stable, with the oxen standing by, we shall see, but in heaven, set at God's right hand on high. God extols his children's love, all in white shall wait around.
We travel towards Christmas Day held in God's love. May his peace be yours today and always. And the blessing of God go with you and remain with you now and forever. Amen.